everyone's having a great day today. I sure am, because congratulations, chat, we did it. I reached affiliate, so now I can have all kinds of cool stuff like special emotes and channel points and stuff here on Twitch, so that's cool. I had said before I was going to do an extended stream when we reached affiliate, so I need to schedule a date to do that, because it's not going to be the night. I'm not staying up that late. But probably an upcoming weekend, and I'll be sure to put something out on social media as well on my Twitch page about it. Alright, so yesterday, yeah, we got almost all of the golden eggs that we needed, and we did clue scrolls. Went well. We got pretty lucky with each set that we did. Like the standy clue scrolls with the double caskets, all of them sucked the first time, and then the second time it was, one of them sucked, and then the other one was really valuable. And then the easy clue scroll that we did, we had the reroll, but the reroll really worked out in our favor. So I'm just going to go ahead and deposit my fish, and then we're going to try to do charm sprite hunting. I have never done that before, so this will be a learning experience for us. Let's see, let's just dump all of that. Alright, so my bank's full. So, oh yeah, we got the tuna egg. So the only eggs that we have left now before we prestige the whatchamacallit, the aquarium, is just doing the lava eels and rocktails. We've got a golden mystery egg here, so we can redeem that for one of them. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean this out really quick. Alright, now, for catching these charm sprites, I don't think that any of the hunter gear that I have is particularly useful. We don't need a fishing rod-o-matic, though. Nor do we need these things. I have no idea what I'm going up against with doing this. It may involve a lot of running. So I'm going to put on Boots of Lightness, and I'm going to grab my Spottier Cape, and then let's see, what was... Oh, do I not have any of those? Okay, well I guess I don't have any of the necessary equipment, so I guess we won't have any bonuses in that area. Hey Adam Gems, how are you doing tonight? Oh, I still have the Fury Shark body. Let's put this in. Alright, we're going to run to the Grand Exchange real quick, sell those things, and then we'll be good to start the charm sprite hunting. Yeah, I'm doing great. The good news is that we hit affiliate, so now we have cool stuff. You can actually start earning my channel points now, which I called components. And I've got a few redeem things. I'm going to have to figure out more. But I've got the typical like default ones, like I've got hydrate and lose glasses because I wear glasses. And then I have give a Transformers fact and give an alcohol fact. Because those two, both of those were requested. But yeah. Oh, and I watched all the videos you sent me. Polish polka is interesting. Some of the songs just sounded downright funny. Like I didn't think they sounded bad necessarily, but and I don't think they like maybe they weren't intentionally comical, but it felt comical to me. Um, and then the other Polish disco songs sounded interesting. They sounded more like I don't know, kind of like modern house music in a way, with like a little bit of a disco influence. Um, I can't say like any of the ones that you sent me were songs that I would definitely listen to often, but they weren't as bad as I was expecting. Except the one that was funny, which again that it was I guess so bad that I thought it was comical, and then it was like okay again. It felt like a meme song or something. And I saw the trailers that you sent me as well for the mech games. Um, I'm interested in the RTS one just because I really like Halo Wars, and well, I like RTS games in general, but I especially liked Halo Wars. I don't know why that one appealed to me more than Command and Conquer or StarCraft or any of those games. But I really liked them. So I'm kind of interested in that. But it feels, I don't know, like when I think of a mech game, I think of like the gameplay being about piloting a mech, which is totally not necessary for it to be considered a mech game, because there's definitely mechs in it. But I think it would have been really cool if it was a hybrid genre game where like it was an RTS, but you could choose to take on the role of a single unit and like switch back and forth between RTS mode and single unit mode, kind of like what was that game? Brutal Legend. It was an RTS game, but you could you controlled a single character, and you could just fight with that character for a while and then go back to managing stuff and then fighting again. That would have been really neat to see. And then what was it, the Arc Seed. Arc Seed looked really interesting. I love turn-based RPGs, or turn-based, I guess it's an RPG, but turn-based strategy games like that. I have no idea where I'm going. What I thought was interesting was that it almost looked like a complete like rip-off of Neon Genesis. Oh god, I always screw up the name. Evangelion, I think. Yeah, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Anyway, just with the angels and like even the design of the buildings and stuff, like it looked like this was a fan-made game based off of that series, which I'm fine with. I'm still really stoked for that game. It looked cool. All right, I have no idea where you actually go to catch the charm sprites. I think they're somewhere around here, but let's look for... Well, there's hunter stuff like all the way up and down here. I think I'm probably just going to have to look it up because I don't really know. Unless I can just type in charm sprite. No. Alright. Yeah, let me pop on over here real quick to a wiki and look up where to start this at, because I know it was somewhere over around here, but charm sprite hunter area, southwest of the stronghold. Okay, so it's somewhere down around here. Gotcha. Yeah, I loved playing Advance Wars when I was younger. That was always fun. And well, actually, speaking of mechs and turn-based strategy games, I loved Front Mission 4. And sadly, I haven't played any of the other Front Mission games, but I played the hell out of Front Mission 4. I played through that game so many times. I love the mech designs in that game. Alright, we're going southwest here. We can't do anything here because there's a giant hill. Is this where I'm supposed to be? It's a place. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Okay. James Yachty. Alright, I have no idea how to do this. Like I said, I haven't done it before. Or if I did do it before, I don't remember doing it. Will I play Remake? It depends. I currently do not have a current gen console, so if it comes out on PC, then I would at least have a higher chance of getting it. But I have so many games that I've purchased I haven't even started playing yet that I don't know if I would necessarily buy a remake of a game that I like. Because like if I'm going to spend money right now on a new game, it's going to be on Haunted Chocolatier. Like whenever that game comes out, it's going to be an instant buy for me. And yeah, I don't have too big of a budget, at least right now, to just spend money on games, especially when I've already got games that I need to play. Now, if High Moon Studios reformed and got out of the clutches of Activision, and we're making another Transformers game, that would be an instant buy because Transformers Fall of Cybertron, like even if I didn't like Transformers, that just the game itself was so good. Even the multiplayer was a lot of fun. Alright, Invisi critters are invading our own lands from Wada Wada realm. Hello, get a sprite lure naughty stick, which I can sell you. Okay, great. Wield the stick, throw the sprite lure by targeting a moving bush. It'll automatically return to you once you're done. Okay. Then explode the sprite lure by targeting it. He'll try to target it quickly to transmute him in this. Okay, so sprite lure to make it explode. Which makes them visible, then have creatures Okay, this seems complicated. Have I done this before? I don't think there's like any way that I can tell. Oh, check statistics. Have I done this before? Oh, I have done this before. Okay. Wow. Well, it's been so long since I've done it that I did not remember that I did it. Okay. Well, whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to lie about that. Alright, so I use the sprite lure on the bush. And then you target it to explode it. Okay, I guess I wasn't quick enough. We'll just explode the one right next to me. There we go. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's this is definitely a little bit click intensive. Alright, well, I guess let's get started. Alright, target that. I wonder if I can just hit like a bunch of these and then let's see if I can. Oh, they fly away though. Crap. I guess that strategy didn't work. I don't even know where the other ones went. They just straight peace out of here. Alright, so I guess I really do just have to do it like one at a time. Okay. Gotcha. Bush right here, right here. Ah, oh, crap, I gotta explode this one. Alright. Oh, that one's already gone. Alright, I gotta wait to see like a new one shake, cause maybe. Now they're just playing with. There we go. Okay, new one shaking. Well, okay, it's not too bad. I don't really have to wait for them. It's just if I'm too slow, I just gotta change bushes. Well, that's not bad. I can. Oh, never mind. That's still slow. I was gonna say I could target one bush as I explode it and wait for that one, but I don't think it's worth trying to do that. By the way, if your wife was me in the games, you will play 2 players co-op with her or only with friends. She's not really into video games. Like, she has some that she likes. She grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog, so she'll play Sonic the Hedgehog, but it very rarely. She really likes to play like Mario Party games with me. Tempted to try to get her to play Dokapon. We may not be married after that. But yeah, she's not too big into video games. She'll play Pokemon Go with me sometimes. Just you know, while we're out somewhere, it's just something to do together that's fun. But she doesn't put anywhere near as much effort into Pokemon Go as I do. Like, she doesn't even do the PvP battles or anything. But I mean, I've tried to get her to play like Stardew Valley before, and I don't think she was too into it. So if she was into video games, I would definitely play with her if it was a game that she was interested in. But I wouldn't only play games with her. But I'm also not going to not play games with her. But she doesn't really like video games, so she claims that she's nerd compatible. So that's why we get along. Oh, 2 of those things. Ah, I can't click them because they were right on next to each other. There we go. Actually, ironically, when her and I were just starting dating, I actually managed to get her to play Runescape with me for a while. That was big and yellow. I guess it was just because it was the gold charms, right? This is not a super great way to get summoning charms. Because technically, like right now, I would be able to get 1 blue charm and 2 green charms. And we've been doing this for 20 minutes? Like, good god, we can get so many more charms from doing Slayer. But we're not here to get charms, we're here to get the enhanced, whatever it's called, stick, that gives us a bonus XP in Hunter. Bush right next to me was shaking. I don't know why I bothered to roll all the way over here to this one. Of course it stopped shaking. I like how the lure doesn't actually lure the sprites. It's just an explosion. It's like going fishing with dynamite and calling the dynamite a lure. It's like, I don't think it really fits that definition. Alright, I'm gonna take a break after this one. Get a drink of water real quick. Alright. So let's see here. Let's check upgrade counts. It's called... Okay. But we still have a ways to go. This is definitely going to be grindy. Oh yeah, Atom Gems. I wasn't able to catch your stream live. When I got out of the movie theater, we ended up getting a late lunch. So by the time I was able to get on, your stream was already over. I did watch a little bit of the VOD, but I'll have to watch more of it later. Yo, what's up? Oh crap, I missed that one. Get back here. There's one of those too. Okay, there we go. I always wanted to play story-driven co-op games with boyfriend, but you prefer friends or four-player co-op. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are weird like that. Especially, I mean, story-driven games, that's kind of weird. Like, if it was a competitive game, like, I mean, I don't agree with it, but I could see people, like, being highly specific with who they play with, like, ignoring personal relationship status. But, yeah, for a story-driven game, I don't know, like... I think, I mean, again, like I said, my wife doesn't really play video games, but I think the only time that I would not play a story-driven game with her is if she's already, like, played it and been through it. I would prefer to experience it with someone else who hasn't played it yet. But that would be, like, the only case. Because, I mean, story-driven games are, you know, they're typically highly emotional games, so it's like with a game like that, I would want to experience that with someone that I already have a strong emotional connection with. But yeah, I wouldn't play a game like a story-driven game with someone who's already played it, because especially if they're one of those people who are constantly like, "Oh, this is the best part coming up," or you know, like, pay attention, this is important." Like that, just no. I mean, I know it's hard to not be that kind of person, but yeah, that would probably be the one case. I got 2 for that time. Even Fear, he prefers to play with his friend. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Because I mean, like I can keep thinking of edge cases, um, but that only works for that one case. That wouldn't apply to like every game. Why is this still? Oh, residual energy. Okay, I got you. I'm like, why is that still shaking? Oh, I still have the blur down. But yeah, like I could see like having a preference for a game or a preference for a specific person playing the game, depending on what kind of game it is. Um, because like if you have a friend like who is very animated and like kind of a scaredy cat or whatever, like I could see wanting to play a game like Fear or something like that with him because that would be hilarious. Like there would obviously be a preference for those kinds of experiences, but then that wouldn't apply to a game like Portal. Like if he prefers to play with other people, it just I don't know. Like to me, this sounds like he just prefers to spend time with other people that aren't you. That's not cool. Like unless he can give a good reason as to why. Hey, we got 3 on that one. Nice. Oh, okay, there we go. I was about to say we might have 3. My dude is doing great today. I mean, it was a little hectic. Work from home day today. Daughter would not take no for an answer whenever she would ask for me to play, so I didn't get as much work done today as I needed to. So I'm going to have to make that up tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great day, and we made affiliate. So now I've got cool stuff like channel points, and I've got channel points live now. I've got to work on getting some emotes made. So yeah, pretty good news for this morning. How's your day been? Oh, come on, get back here. You're right out of my range. Oops. Oh, what? There was another one in there? That was weird. Huh. Okay, so alright, it wouldn't let me target this bush, so it's weird. It's like it landed here, but it I don't mean I'm not even gonna try to figure that one out. it's we're just gonna move on. Your day's been decent. Well, that's good. I will definitely take decent days over bad days. I always celebrate a decent day. No reason. Only men are better to co-op than girls. He said once. Well, that sounds very sexist. Well, find something that he really likes, and then, like, not game-wise, but just anything that he really likes, and then don't do it with him, and find one of your girlfriends to do it with, and then tell him that guys aren't good at that. It's that only girls can do it. Don't take that as actual relationship advice. Just this is slow and grindy, but it kind of has a rhythm to it. Like it's part of like my ADHD side of me is going like, oh my god, how much longer is this going to take? But then the other part of me is just like, yeah, I'm vibing with this. It ain't too bad. Until that happens. When it stalls like that because they left the bush, then it just like breaks my concentration. Well, it's not even concentration, because I mean, let's be honest, I'm not really concentrating here, but it breaks the vibe. That's why it's hard for you to play RuneScape. Oh my god, yeah, RuneScape is so grindy, especially if you're trying to like min-max things. Some of the best XP in the game is very... sorry, excuse me, just belched a little bit. Very click-intensive and very repetitive. And that's for XP or money. Like, I remember for a while there, like, a decent method of making money for, like, mid-level players that couldn't do, like, the really hard bosses solo yet, was using the, what was it, Spirit Cobra, or whatever the, like, snake summoning familiar was, and using the, Ophidian Occupation Scroll, or whatever, to make, cockatrice eggs. Oh my god, that was so click intensive. I bought the supplies to do that for like a lot of iterations, not knowing how click intensive it was. And I think I did it for like 20 minutes and then just sold the rest of the supplies because I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. No, I like RuneScape, but I'm definitely a lot more selective with the things that I do. Like right now, like I said, I'm kind of got a vibe with this. It's definitely grindy, but I'm doing okay at it. If it gets to be too much for my ADHD to handle, I'm just going to switch and do something else. We got there, Tooth half a key. Boy, I wish those were still 50 grand. Okay, that one stopped shaking. Agility courses always, like, really rubbed me the wrong way. They were so repetitive. They were not great XP. Agility was very slow to train. And there was, like, constant failures that would reset your progress, essentially. It was... oof. How was the Transformers movie? Well, oh boy, I am glad you asked, because I thoroughly enjoyed seeing that movie. That was one of the best Transformer movies of all time. I'm gonna rewatch like all the Transformer movies because I want to be able to properly rank it with everything fresh on my mind. But I will say that it was better than all 5 of the Michael Bay movies. Even better than Dark of the Moon, and I really like Dark of the Moon. It feels wrong to compare it to the '86 animated movie or the Bumblebee movie, because both of those movies were very different kinds of movies. So it kind of feels like comparing apples and oranges. Even though this is a like direct sequel to Bumblebee, they were very different kinds of films. So I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but rewatch those movies to really like properly compare them. But oh yeah, it was an excellent movie, and it did something that really has not happened with me before, and that was make me actually enjoy and care about the human characters. They were very well done. Hey, Top Shelf, welcome. Dark of the Moon was fire. I don't know, like the 2007 movie was really good, but I feel like it suffered a little bit in pacing, and the storytelling was kind of a little all over the place. Like it spent way too much time building up the idea that like Transformers are on Earth. I mean, we got some really kick-ass scenes from it, especially with Blackout attacking the military base. That was super cool, but um, there was so much build-up in that movie, and then it just seemed like everything went down so quickly. Now, granted, I think I saw that movie in theaters like 12 times, so it was still a really good movie. Um, but it had some pacing issues, and then um, the second movie, Revenge of the Fallen, felt like it was just all over the place. Um, it couldn't decide what kind of movie it wanted to be. Which part of that was because there was some issues with the writers' strike at that time, so I get that. But Dark of the Moon was the first one of the Michael Bay movies that actually felt like it followed a proper writing standard in terms of like how the pacing of the story and the like heightening of the stakes and everything. Like it felt like a proper story. And I didn't hate Shia LaBeouf's character in that movie. I still didn't really like Shia LaBeouf's character, but I didn't hate Shia LaBeouf's character in that movie. So Dark of the Moon for the longest time was like my standard on how to do a Transformers movie. Um, but then Bumblebee came out, and it was vastly different, but it was really good. Want to come kill bosses with you? What boss are you doing? Annie? Let's see here. Let's look at. Oh, do upgrade count. Oh my god, yeah, we still need like 700 to do with these. Um, so Top Shelf, I'm only streaming for about another 20 minutes. So when you account for prep to get ready, because as you can see by my equipment right now, I'm not ready to do a boss. Um, like if we do God Wars, the amount of time that's going to take for me to do the kill count and stuff, I'm only going to be able to probably kill the boss like once, and then I'm going to have to peace out. But if you want to DM me, I'm definitely down to doing some bossing. So let's try to schedule something. Yeah, let's kill Nex with Yahtzee stick. Oh, I didn't mean to cut that tree down. No, whatever. Let's we'll turn it into arrows. Okay, yeah, I would love to do bossing sometime. Now, fair warning, I don't know how to do much bossing. I was kind of a scaredy cat in the past with doing bosses. Um, I guess not too much of a scaredy cat, but I vastly underestimated what I was capable of doing solo. So I just did not do bosses unless I could get a group, and for a long time I played RuneScape without playing with someone else. Um, so I just did not really progress with my boss knowledge. So previously, like, you know, I'd done King Black Dragon, Giant Mole, I did Dagonoth Kings, Cowfight Queen, and General Grardor at the God Wars dungeon. But up until, like, literally last week, I hadn't even done any of the other God Wars bosses. And I just soloed Zilana so that way I could turn my Saradomin Godsword passive. And I was like, oh, I can solo God War dungeon generals just fine. So I kind of like. Oh, and I don't know if you count barrows as bosses, but basically I need trained on how to do any of the modern bosses because my knowledge pretty much ends at God Wars. Yeah, I mean I've got 93 herb lore, which what do you need? Is it 96 to make overloads? Which I can boost, I think. Let me check because I've made herb lore potions before. Or herb lore potions, overload potions. God, I swear I can speak. Um, yeah, overloads are 96. So yeah, I can boost, and I think I've got like 30 something overloads in my bank right now. Um, I probably need to get some bossing equipment because so I'm combat wise, I pretty much stick to melee, which I know melee is considered like the worst of the three combat triangles. But I like to tank, so I've got an Essence of Finality with the Ceridome and Godsword Healing Blade on it, and then I use a passive Ceridome and Godsword. Um, but because I don't do much bossing, I don't use a lot of high-level equipment, so I typically just use Bandos for the strength bonus. So I don't know like if that's viable enough equipment. Um, I know that sounds really weird. Like I do tanking with my abilities, but then I use strength bonus armor. So I might need to get some better defense stat armor. We're gonna throw. Oh, here it is. But yeah, I'd appreciate you talking me through any of the bossing. Atom Gems. In my dream yesterday, there was a T-Rex transformer. Too much Transformers talk. Well, there's several T-Rex Transformers. Which I'm not gonna. I could say something, but it might spoil things about the movie for people who are in the know about Transformers. So I'm not gonna do it. Got high DPS. Man, we will skip a lot of phases. Don't overthink. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to learn more bossing stuff. So we'll schedule to do bossing sometime. That'll be really exciting to do on stream. I keep getting them like right at the last shake. Now that I said that out loud, that sounds wrong. It sounds like the last shake at a men's urinal. But yeah, Atom Gems, you've officially entered the first stages of true Transformer fandom. Um, you've had the dream. I I remember when I was younger, I had a dream. Oh, what? Oh, thank you, Top Shelf. Hell yeah! Congratulations, you are my first sub. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, where would my train of thought goes? I heard twinkly sound in it. Wait, hold on, what? Did I just lose connection? Hmm. Let's see here. Am I still streaming? Okay, there we go. Alright. That was a lot of lag. Did my stream reset? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's good. Oh, no, wait. OBS Studio disconnected. Reconnecting. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to chill here for a second until I can find out. Let's see here. There was a network error. Let's reload. Okay. Are we we're live again, I think? Alright. That was weird. Yeah. You took down the stream. Oh my god, and all those bushes just shook. That was really weird. Hopefully it yeah, there was some power behind that sub. Alright. But alright, I don't know how much I got out before it got cut off. So I'll just say it all again. Thank you, Top Shelf, for the sub. I super appreciate that, and you are my first subscriber, so that really means a lot to me. Thank you. And Adam Gems, what I was going to say to you was congratulations on your first step into Transformers fandom, because you had the dream. When I was a kid, I had a dream that actually I wasn't even, I don't know. I was a young teenager. I think I was like 13 or something. But anyway, I had a dream that I was actually a Transformer, and that's where my avatar came from. That's basically the design that I was in my dream. So, Transformer dreams are hell of a drug. You thought your internet was a problem? Yeah, there is so many times that like when Quasi's stream goes down or something, and I'll think it's my internet. I'm like freaking out, like I run into the room next door to check and see the lights on the router. Holy crap! Thank you, Adam Gems. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect once I hit affiliate to have gotten any subs the first day, and I am blown away by both of you, Top Shelf and Adam Gems, by your generosity. Thank you. Wow, this is... You guys have definitely made my night. Because I did not have that expectation at all tonight. All aboard the sub train. Choo choo. I need, where's... Okay, hold on. Let me... think I got something here. I'm gonna pop to the Grand Exchange real quick. So I got something especially for this occasion. Okay, I was about to say if Runescape doesn't disconnect on me again. Alright, like I said, I did not have time to make special emotes or anything yet, but like I'll have all of that made very soon. I got the image for the components made like 2 minutes before I started stream. Alright, here we go. Hype train. Oh, do you have to drop it? What is it? Oh, it's in the pet interface. Okay. Let me get out of the Grand Exchange. I want to teleport to the Grand Tree. Alright, pet interface. Oh, I completely forgot about my normal favorite pet. I love Keggy. Keggy's my favorite. Alright, hype train. Here we go. Choo choo! This is you guys right now. Thank you for that, so... I'm gonna have both of you here with me. Oh man, my dashboard crashed for Twitch. Load that back up. Yeah, it's a real pet. It was part of Treasure Hunter. God, like before they did the whole rework. Um, and then you could get it with augments, which I think you might still can. Let me open up Treasure Hunter real quick. Augment store. I think. Oh wait no. Let's go back here. Other. Yeah, all of these things. Yep, right here. Hype Train Pet. Um, because I think one of these I got actually through Treasure Hunter, but then I never got any of the others. But then they released it, so you can trade oddments for it. No, it was still I think it was still Treasure Hunter. I don't think it was Squill of Fortune. Squill of Fortune was old. Um, I could be wrong, or maybe it was maybe they debuted with Squill of Fortune, but they didn't become accessible until Treasure Hunter had the rework. Because I mean, I got like a ton of the lucky equipment from Treasure Hunter for a while there, and yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that brain thought. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if they were Squill of Fortune or not. Hype Train. Because Squill of Fortune was kind of annoying. It actually had like really cool and a lot of times useful items that were available for like 1 week and then you couldn't get them again. Previously available as a very rare prize from Treasure Hunter. So, okay, so yeah, it wasn't Squill of Fortune, but it was so old. It was probably right after they rebranded Squill of Fortune to Hype Train. Favorite pet is the Zamorak pet you got on your first kill. Nice. Yeah, that's incredibly lucky. I think the luckiest like that I've ever gotten was I got like as soon as the Draconic Visage. Why did I say that so weird? Anyway, when that thing first came out, I got it on like the third kill of King Black Dragon, and that was that was awesome. Wasn't first kill; it was like third, but I made that boy into a Dragon Fire Shield like immediately, and I was rocking it with an Abbey Whip for a while. I've only had the one. I can't tell you how many Steel Dragon tasks I've done and haven't gotten one. So don't, you know, like it's hard to get. For a while there, I was camping Steel Dragons. Like they weren't even my Slayer task. I was just doing them. But I've also only gotten one Dragon Plate Skirt drop from dragons too. So sometimes, you know, luck just be luck, you know. Tell you what, I'd love to get is that good Goblin armor from the Flash events. I at one point had their spawn times written down for each server, and I would just hop worlds, and I can't tell you like how many hundreds of those generals that I've killed and never got an armor drop. New Transformer movie is a sequel? Yeah, it's a direct sequel to the movie Bumblebee. And it's a little messy on if it's a prequel or a reboot to the Michael Bay movies. So there's a lot of mixed messages coming from was it Paramount? Yeah. Concerning this topic because Lorenzo, Lorenzo speaks often about the Transformers franchise, but half of what he says makes no sense. Um, so I typically don't take anything that he says as gospel. Um, from my understanding, Bumblebee was supposed to be a prequel to the Michael Bay movies, but The Last Night did so poorly to the fact that they completely removed Michael Bay from all Transformer projects for a while. He did come back to work on Bumblebee as a producer, but he was removed from directing, and they completely cut his line of movies, um, which kind of sucked because it left on a cliffhanger. But it also kind of didn't suck because, well, they were Michael Bay movies, but. So it was supposed to be a reboot, but since The Last Night performed so poorly, not a reboot. It was supposed to be a prequel, but since that movie performed so poorly, they were like, okay, now it needs to be a reboot. So, Transformers knowledge is astounding. You should join my trivia team for only Transformer questions. I would love that. I love Transformers a lot. But yeah, so like if you watch the Bumblebee movie, I don't want to spoil everything that happens in the movie, but there's a lot of nods to stuff that happens in the Michael Bay movies. This movie, Rise of the Beast, completely contradicts things that happens in the Michael Bay movies. But at the same time, Michael Bay contradicted his own movies. Because like in the '07 movie, you know, all of the Transformers, with the exception of Bumblebee, Bumblebee and Megatron, were arriving on Earth. But in The Last Night, it shows Starscream on Earth during like World War II. So, you know, Michael Bay contradicts his own movies. But yeah, basically, you've got you've got Optimus Prime already on Earth when, in the 2007 movie, he arrives to Earth as a protoform, so he hasn't even like picked an alternate form yet. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that you can assume that they're not connected to the Michael Bay movies. Now, what was really funny was that the main, primary villain in Rise of the Beast was a character named Scourge, which was heavily based off of the character Scourge in the 2001 Robots in Disguise cartoon, which was essentially a evil version of Optimus Prime. In fact, the 2001 series Scourge formed the basically like the fundamental concept of Nemesis Prime, which has been a concept that's been recycled in almost every single series. Like Armada had a Nemesis Prime, Transformers Prime had a Nemesis Prime in it. You see like the black repaint of Optimus Prime toys all the time. Nemesis Prime was in the Transformers War for Cybertron Netflix show. So it's a heavily recycled concept. I mean, it's a very beloved concept. But I guess like part of the model for Scourge looks very similar to the model for Optimus Prime in the 2007, the Michael Bay Transformer movies. Because we already knew that there was some flirtation with time travel in this movie, which it's not a spoiler. Like there's not anything, like you're not going to see the Transformers go back in time or anything like that in Rise of the Beast. Time travel is not the plot of the movie. But there was some flirtation with time travel. It was mentioned, and that's basically it. But because of that, there was a pretty big theory going around that Scourge was actually Optimus Prime from the Michael Bay movies, and was forced to be a servant of Unicron. Didn't know I was joining into a masterclass on Transformers. Hello, Booty Cheddar. a heck of a name. Um, yeah, I love Transformers. That's if you come in here, you can expect Transformers. But anyway, I thought it was hilarious that there was this huge theory that Scourge was actually the Michael Bay Optimus Prime, and that this movie was going to tie together all of the different movies. Oh, okay. Well, welcome in, welcome in. Can I come for my lore knowledge on Peppa Pig? Yeah, yeah, definitely. I especially like how Mrs. Rabbit and Mommy Rabbit are not the same character, and that's why you see the rabbit like everywhere in the cartoon. Yeah, my daughter watches Peppa Pig, so I have Peppa Pig knowledge too. Let me. I gotta scroll up. I missed some messages. Let's see here. I think in 4 years of playing, we've come across 2 Transformers questions, so you not be completely useless. Well, that's good. I mean, he's Michael Bay. He's known for big CGI explosions, not super interesting plot. You know, absolutely. Like, I will be the first to say that like the Michael Bay movies were not great, but I will also be the first to defend them in the fact that I didn't go to see those movies to see great movies. I went to go see those movies to see realistic, like, um, illustrations of what Transformers would look like in real life, and it definitely accomplishes that. And we get some really kick-ass combat scenes too. So, it was it was really just the last night. The last night was so bad that I almost walked out of the movie theater. If my wife did not buy me tickets for that movie, it was there with me, I would have walked out. But all the other ones, like, they definitely have enough redeeming qualities that the things that I don't like in the Michael Bay movies don't really matter. Like, a movie doesn't have to be perfect. And I really enjoyed Rise of the Beast, but I'm not going to say that it was a perfect movie. There were definitely some things I was like, well, this is dumb. Like, in one scene, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there was some Cybertronian material that just kind of appeared out of nowhere. It's like that's not what Transformers is. Like, Transformers don't just appear out of nowhere. They shift from whatever they actually are. And I mean, you know, we can get into conversations about mass shifting. I mean, especially when you look at the fact that like Megatron turns into, you know, a Walther pistol. Or Soundwave, a giant robot turning into a cassette player. But this wasn't even mass shifting. Like, it literally came out of nowhere and then just spread. Peppa Pig 2021 Game of the Year. How many Peppa Pig games are there? I can't. Okay, there we go. Did I miss it? No, there it is. Alright. It has, if you want Oscar-winning plots, you should go watch like Parasite or something. If you want big explosions, robots fighting each other, Transformers. Yeah. I think one thing that I would really like to see is I will not be able to pronounce his name right, but the guy that did Pacific Rim, Robert I don't know. I can't pronounce his name. But I would really like to see him do a Transformers movie. Because he knows how to choreograph really cool fight scenes. Really cool action. But he also knows how to write a compelling story. Or not, I guess not really write, but direct. I would really like to see that. Because, I mean, you know, I mean, honestly, like, the story issues in the Michael Bay Transformer movies was Steven Spielberg. Like, Steven Spielberg was the lead writer for those movies. And those movies were no Jurassic Park. If I ever do pop culture podcasts, I invite you for Transformers episode. Yeah, I'm down. 100% down. I will do a Transformers pop culture podcast for sure. Like to see Wes Anderson do Transformers. All right, I gotta give me a second. I'm gonna IMDb this really quick because I am really bad with names. But probably as soon as I see what they've made, I'll know immediately who you're talking about. Okay, yeah, gotcha. That would be trippy. Yeah, that would be that would be really trippy. Uh, does the Transformers knowledge extend to Zoids? Uh, no, unfortunately. Which I need to check out Zoids because I like all things robots, but I grew up very poor, did not have cable, so I could only watch whatever was rerunning on just basic cable channels, which was usually like Transformer reruns. Um, so I missed a lot of shows that were on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or any of those things. Um, but I'm a big fan of anything robots. As a kid, I really enjoyed watching Metabots, which, if anyone's not familiar with Metabots, it's basically Pokemon but with robots. I really enjoyed, I watched several different Gundam series, but even like a lot of like lesser known things. Like there was one series that I watched as a kid called Big Guy and Rusty. And it was a human that piloted like a giant mech robot, and then there was an actual like sentient smaller robot. It was interesting. Taika Waititi Transformers, that would be interesting. I personally am a big fan of his movies. I I could see it. It would. I feel like it would have to be a really good setting. I don't think just any Transformer setting would work with him, but I could see him knocking a movie with Transformers out of the park. Rental VHS from the library. Poor upbringing for life. Oh my god, yeah. Library was the bomb. Um, yeah, I really need to check out Zoids. That's like one of. There's not a whole lot of different robot series I haven't seen. This wasn't something that was when I was a kid. This was actually relatively recent, but I am really looking forward to more Cannon Buster episodes. It was a series that was on Netflix that was like kind of like a blend between like anime and hip hop art styles, and it was really interesting. It was almost like a blend between like Cowboy Bebop and like a mech series. But his car like transformed into a mech, and I mean it had like some super nostalgia aesthetic. Like the way that he transformed it was by putting in quarters into like an arcade coin slot. It was a really cool series. And I think they finally announced a second season to it, so I'm excited about that. Alright. Well, I think I ended up streaming longer than I expected to because I got stuck on the Transformers train. But yeah, I think we're going to end the stream here tonight. Let me see here. Let me look at my list. Oh, follow. Thank you, Booty Cheddar, for the follow. Appreciate it. And thank you for coming in and chatting. Let me see here. So I had. Alright, so I need to get Fowler for trying to unlock like the Spirit Gem Bag and some of the other minigame based items. Heist is going to be in the Spotlight, I think, starting tomorrow. So, was it tomorrow? Or is it the crap? Now I need to look. Let me check that real quick, because if Heist is in the Spotlight, then I think tomorrow I'm going to try Heist. But let me look up minigame Spotlight real quick. Heist is okay, 14th, not 13th. So I don't know how my days got mixed up on this. Alright, so I think tomorrow I still need the clue scroll shard for the golden cape. So I think tomorrow will be another clue scroll stream. But Top Shelf, I'm gonna get with you on a time or day and time, whatever, to do some bossing. And I had said before that when I reached affiliate that I was going to do a long stream, and it's not going to be tonight because I've got to get up early tomorrow and do some stuff. But I want to do a long stream, so Top Shelf, maybe we'll do bossing for a long stream. So yeah, I'll get at you on Discord and we'll figure out what we're going to do with that, because 100% I want to do some bossing. But yeah, so I think tomorrow we'll do clue scrolls. And I've got to go out of town a little bit tomorrow, so I may be a little bit late coming on. Depends on how early I get here, but you know, I'm never too late. I think the latest I got on was 9. It's basically 8:30 is pretty much the usual to when I stream. But yeah, Booty Cheddar, thank you for the follow. Anim Jim's title, thank you so much for the sub. That really surprised me. And thank you everyone who got me to affiliate. It's been a fun ride. And I'm so glad to have all of you here and chatting with me, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me switch over real quick. Alright, so Quasi's doing Darkest Dungeon 2. I think we're going to go ahead and hit the raid for that. If we can convince Norm to join, we can kill anything. I can kill most. Yeah, I mean, you know, well, okay, my mage and ranged are not great, but I'm in 90s for all of my melee skills, which, if it's viable for me to do melee tanking, I'll get some good armor, and we can do that. I feel like with mostly good, you know, with into 90s stats and some good armor and being able to use overloads, I think I'll do okay. I just basically need coached on how to do the bosses. See, I've never even done ED3, so I'm super lacking on all of the like meta stuff that people do in RuneScape. I typically just kind of do my own thing, so I'm gonna need trained on a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the raid now and start the countdown. But yeah, thank you everyone again, and I look forward to being back here tomorrow and playing more RuneScape.